Over chickens gets heated in Muscatine. It came when the city's Planning and Zoning Commission held its first hearing about letting more people raise chickens. Commissioner Robert McFadden made a comment during the meeting that some people find offensive. He said he worries people wouldn't be able to take care of chickens properly because some people don't even mow their lawns. Local 4's Carlos Sosa reports the commissioner thinks his comment is being taken out of context.
It's been 2 weeks since the Muscatine City Council decided to look into lowering the chicken restrictions. But some city officials, including Robert McFadden, think should stay as is.
They're farm animals, made to be on the farm. So I think we need a cutoff there someplace, and a half-acre lot is too small.
A Muscatine woman who was at Tuesday night's Planning and Zoning Commission meeting is in favor of the restrictions being lifted and feels that a comment made by McFadden was inappropriate.
There were quite a few of us that were pretty offended after hearing some of the things that he had to say. It was out of line.
McFadden, however, says that his words were taken out of context.
What I meant was some people don't even mow their own grass on small lots, let alone take care of chickens. You know, not all people. You know, most people in Muscatine mow their own grass, but there's a lot of small lots. They don't even mow their own grass, let alone take care of chickens.
Still, Keeler believes that those comments shouldn't have been made.
That doesn't change that that's what he said, and he made it very clear that that's how he feels.
And feels that people have the right to decide what animals they want to have.
If we're willing to take on that responsibility and be responsible owners, that should be our right to do so.
And if that's what people want, McFadden is willing to change his mind.
Participating in discussions is a good thing, and if there's enough people that want to have chickens, there's not enough people against it, I could change my vote.
In Muscatine, Carlos Sosa, Local 4 News.
The chicken issue will move to Muscatine City Council for a public hearing next month. The proposal has to pass 3 readings before taking effect.